Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel.
and welcome back to Amabel Goes to 4X School, where I wanted to take a second and just kind of like look at the architecture now that we have kind of a developed city. We haven't really spent a lot of time looking at the building graphics and stuff close up. But, like, check out, there's like the laboratories have this brain sphere floating in them with this stuff. Like, this is kind of a fascinating sort of detail to add because it's more or less invisible from above. They built the
Right.
building with a big block over top of it. So like only the players who zoom in all the way and spend time actually looking at stuff are even gonna know these are here. And the little bits of filigree and stuff. Just the detail work.
Yeah, I know we've said this before, but like the visual presentation, the attention to detail, the kind of world building through design in architecture is like really
A little
is
ockling near the
really
fire.
incredible. You know, I this was the first 4X game you told me about was the first Endless Legend. And I was really excited to get to it when we started this series, and I was excited for Endless Base and to get to Endless Legend 2 when that was announced to the public, which is the first time I heard about it. And like, gosh, dude, this has just been the highlight for me of
Yeah, can you
of the series.
Can you back up maybe like a couple inches from your microphone?
It's just been the highlight for me of the series.
Okay, there we go.
Has been the endless stuff, and um, I'm so happy that I'm gonna make you do a run with each faction.
All right, so we are just about to have our faction quest flip over here, Forgotten Power. We have gotten to all of this technology. We are working hard on some other stuff. We're trying to make friends. We're building observatories where we can, and just sort of expanding and exploring our world for the moment. Oh, we accomplished a deed of some kind. Before any other empire, you reach the objective to pacify 10 villages. Hey, an extra protectorate slot. Also, the seed bank has been researched. So we got some food technologies here. Cool. And we've entered a new era. The years of invention are unlocked, including +1 city cap, wrath bearers, bonus XP on units, but also obviously cost up on units, and we get a new hero. The loudest voices demand above all to be recognized. Show you care for their concerns by checking the unrest among the foundlings. Have at least 2 observatories with sacred flame. Special structure that can be placed through an army action. Oh, this is an upgrade of the laboratories. So we did research the technology that lets us evolve these, but we haven't actually evolved any yet. So it's kind of throwing the same notifications at us a bunch here in kind of a weird. I think there's sort of a race going on, where everything's trying to present itself at once. So a library requires some glass steel. Libraries will have an indicator of the number of already researched technologies and provide approval in proportion. Other empires can buy the research technologies there, or a sacred flame, which can fire on nearby armies. Well, that seems useful. And we do need 2 of them for this next faction quest step. And on top of that, they are they're made of the resource that we have a bunch of instead of the one that we don't have any of.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So isn't that convenient? Okay, I was doing some stuff here with our armies. We were like recombining, right? Because did we lose our army? It's been a couple days since the last one. You have to forgive me.
I don't remember.
Our heroes are feeling fine. Okay, no. So we must have just been working on another army. You have leveled up, in fact. When starting a battle, applies hastened to all the allies. Rain of arrows is a good skill. Good to have rain of arrows. So we were going to take over Adkai for the glass steel deposit. And we can attach this to a city now. Does that happen instead of... Oh, yeah, that's right. Omdor is down here. Yeah. Attaching this to Omdor makes sense. Is Omdor not... Oh, no, Omdor is an extension of Suraban. Never mind. So this would have to become a city unto itself, which I don't love. Or we can wait to attach it until we get the technology for +1 attachable area, which I think is in this era. Let's have a quick look here. The Halls of Power. Nope, it's just more influence. Citizen Center. Yes, +1 attachable territory. Okay. And this would give us plus science on, or plus food on our city halls and stuff. I think taking urban planning now and allowing Adkai to be the third part of Suraban probably makes the most sense. Otherwise, it's going to be a very kind of low value, easily conquered city.
Okay.
I feel like.
I agree.
Well, why would you do that?
Because you're smart and capable and...
I guess.
You're my favorite 4X YouTuber.
So there's a strange blue glow in the forest over here. I'm not really sure what to make of that. It might not mean anything. It might just be graphicsing. So we do need to plant the hero havens for both of our heroes.
Okay.
And I'm still not really sure like where it is best to do this. Like they don't seem to give any benefit, I don't think, when they're it doesn't seem like there's a reason to build them into your actual like city proper. I think they do just give the yield of the tile you set them down on, maybe? In which case, you know, maybe the thing to do is to place them... Where's the border? Okay, that tile is outside of our territory. Maybe the thing to do is to place it in whatever territory we have that is the newest, since those are the ones with the like out of control resource values. Yeah, like maybe... Oh, that's a cliff. Shoot. All right. Well, that can be that plan. And then you guys, I guess, can just run over here and... Well, but you're a scout, not really a combat unit. Yeah, I'm kind of putting together a real army over here. The scout probably should just remain a scout. For the moment, we've gotten vision of our whole coastline. I'm not really sure what to do with that for the moment. Okay, over here we probably do want to just build more units. We're going to need to have more than one army. So we just unlocked this Wrathbearer. Wielding a great magnifying lens, the Wrathbearer brings the power of the sun to bear out to enemies. So it is ranged 4, like compared to our other ranged unit, the Relic Keeper. Range 3, 40 to 50 damage. Range 4, 60 to 75 damage.
Those numbers are higher.
Yes, that's correct. I mean, let's go ahead and build one.
And I helped.
You sure did. And then this can be the hero that leads that army. So, we have an Auckling hero, Neist, who will give us a dust bonus per ongoing war if added to the council. Hades Rabu, who will allow us to research technologies from the next era if added to our to our council and is a defender. You're a siege engineer, which is like kind of whatever. And then Roj here is a Gorog. We've not had a chance to have a Gorog before. Is a mighty two-handed warrior. Treat 'em mean. -5 dust upkeep on minor faction units. That's not nice.
It's not nice, no.
Don't be that way.
But he also says fighting isn't always the answer. Which makes it sound like he...
Yeah.
You are a Gorog of many contradictions, Rogue. Roj.
Alright. Fine, I'll hire him. This was what Amabel wanted.
That's not what I said.
That's what you demanded.
Nope.
I heard it.
Do you think he's good at hugs?
I think he's great at hugs.
Would you hug this Gorog?
I mean, with consent, obviously.
Well, yeah.
It does feel like if you hug this Gorog without consent, if you hug this creature without consent, you are unlikely to survive. Teleport to targeted tile, dealing 30 damage, +5 per intuition and 3 per might, neither of which are stats he actually has any of.
But you can use your points to increase stats, can't you?
I can.
And everything is just 1 point, right?
Yeah. We don't really have that many minor faction units in our armies, but that could change. When moving tiles in a battle round, gains 30 shield. Wow. That seems good. Oh wait, the other thing I wanted to do with him was check his equipment, because he is a melee unit. We don't have a ton of melee weapons. 1 might, 46 damage. I mean, yeah, that feels like a winner. And then some real armor. +1 determination. And we have so many flasks of Dustfire. Okay, AoE healing potion. That'll do. Seems like a cool dude. I'm excited to have him on board. Oh, they just built one of their own hero havens. Adjacent to their city walls, it must be noted. Although that doesn't necessarily mean that that's like the right way to do things. Alright, my plan with this hero is basically just to or with this guy is just to scour the land for, what do you call it? Curiosities, because there might be curiosities anywhere. They do pop up from time to time, it seems like. So we don't have any ridges around here. We can build out from this part of Corinda. So let's see here. That's a communal habitation. That's an unbuilt foundation. We could do the classic triangle here, right?
The classic triangle.
Yeah. Do you have... Is that your whole question, or?
Yeah. That was my whole question.
All right. Although I guess I didn't realize I'd already built on this tile. Oh, no, that's just a foundation. That's not a build. But we could... I don't know. There's a lot of shapes we could build here. I'm assuming that the pacified villages don't count as adjacent districts for whether or not your district levels up, but maybe. Well, I guess we'll see. They wouldn't in the first game, but I noticed in this game, if they're adjacent to your city, the wall gets extended around them. So that's sort of suggestive, right? We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. I'm delighted that we could come to an understanding, Sharf. What a pleasure doing business with you. This is a text from a different quest here. Okay. What did he want with you? Asked a lot of questions about the past. Then all he really wanted to know about was the old Solask ruins. The relic. Okay, so we've unlocked a council clergy seat. Curator, I've been told that you intend to visit the Solask site of Cadonair. Our ecclesiarch Xana shared your plans, and it's lucky he did, because the ruins at Cadonair may not be secure. I recommend that you allow my soldiers to conduct the search. This is a highly sensitive mission. How can I trust these soldiers of yours? As Chancellor of Suraban, sworn to protect the Tahuk and honor the sages, I give you my word. You lead our citizens well, Meng, so you have a friend in me. Resist. I saw it creeping on your face. Resist.
Resist what?
You know what. Well, only a fool would turn down friendship with Khan Perisai. You may send a party to Kataner, but inform me of anything that they find there. I don't like this. She's spending too much effort convincing us that she should be allowed to do this for me to think she should be allowed to do this.
Right, but here's the other thing. This is the first person to not say, hey, I think what you're doing sucks ass. Everyone's always so critical. That's what like, oh, this person thinks I'm doing a good job? Huh.
I trust it even less. Great point.
That's the part that creeped up on me.
So am I allowed to set up my hero haven right here?
I will not resist my suspicion.
This isn't a city yet. This isn't in a city yet, right?
Okay.
Well, then I guess we will go back over to here and set up something in the city proper. What's your deal? Level 6. Army's got a bunch of envoys in it. So these are 200 health, 50 to 65 damage. These are some pretty tough units. I guess they got a couple levels on them. But I don't like it. I don't like what you're doing. Making me nervous. Alright. They could turn on us, right? They could turn on us at any moment. Good news on the economic front, Counselor? Of a kind. Our mining hub, Suraban, has a surplus of precious ores. I suggest we let a skilled local artist use them to produce a beautiful collection that honors the Taoks. Well, what kind of pieces are we talking about? Less traditional artworks, abstract forms, sharp lines, and sculpted points that speak to the Taoks' collective subconscious. Art to enrich the soul. Intriguing.
Just imagine what kind of art they'd create with precious ands.
This artist should produce a weapons collection. So, I mean, I think modern art should be supported. I don't know that we need either of these things critically. Encouraging artists is a fine endeavor, especially if the work resonates with our primal natures. I never knew you were a devoted student of the mind, Curator Burji Meng. I am a Tahux of many talents.
Grammar is not one of them, but
grammar's tricky, you know. What are you?
I noticed you didn't laugh at my joke, and
that's correct. Yeah.
I'm going to be solid about it for the rest of the episode. To be clear.
Okay, that's fine.
People in the comments, tell me how good my joke was, please.
Quote unquote. So none of these tiles over here are like particularly impressive. But I do kind of want to just like experiment. So we're gonna build a hero haven right here. So many little purple armies in my territory. I guess running to their territory. Listen, it's all fine. We got open borders. Everybody's friends here. So I'm forgetting to. Well, I don't know if I'm forgetting, but I'm not using these actions. Should we be?
Probably, since they're like a big deal for our.
I mean, Eternal Sunshine is pretty strong.
Yeah.
So 12 population in this city. Doubling the output of our vocations is certainly meaningful. This will spawn called population in the targeted city when the Eternal Sunshine status ends. But it's like pretty good. 20 turns. I'm gonna do it. So it'll charge up for a couple of turns, and then we're gonna get ourselves a little boost. Haven built. Choose a companion to share this haven with. Totally will. Just watching the weird guys be weird guys. Okay. For some reason, he has become our rival. Polemiphon the Steadfast.
Okay.
So, what does the power couple skill do again? When eliminating a unit earns 20 influence. Or we could just grab 10 defense on the hero. I kind of think 5 defense on all the non-hero units in the hero's army. That's exciting. Yeah, you know what? Iron Vasca. Congratulations. You are my companion now. Many moons after your soldiers first encountered her, the stranger who sought help returning the stranded creatures to the seas marches into Surabon. Still wearing her striking blue and gold uniform. You remember this whole thing? Yeah. Starfarer, Nakalim, the Lost. Yep. I'm on it. We know to the end. What does your empire desire for the kindness you have shown me? Well, material resources are the key to Sayada. Or dedication. You know, population's always good. I don't know. What do you think? I do love a big payout of science.
I know you do, and so I'll encourage you to do that. You deserve it as a treat, even though you did not laugh at my joke.
I'm so sorry.
You're forgiven.
Do we want to grab collective sacrifice? How important is that to us? Sage's Wisdom gets us some more character, what do you call them? Specializations. Commerce gets us better roads and stuff. Pyrometallurgy, of course, unlocks the great spire of industry. Being better at building things does make you better at building things. Or we could work on a deeper collaboration with our friends, the Aspects. Signing this treaty will provide an additional science bonus to cities in both empires and make texts discovered by one cheaper for the other, in addition to the previous 20% reduction. So probably mostly better for... I don't know. I don't have any idea how advanced they are scientifically. It's really pretty hard to say. I guess let's focus on our own science for a moment here. Yeah, it looks like we could really use it. Obviously, the what do you call it? Words for my brain.
Your brain words.
The brain words. I don't know. I've completely lost whatever I was talking about. We're improving the attachable territories of this city. What was I talking about?
About the science, about the technology, about needing to grab the next.
Oh, obviously, once this is charged up, this will help. The sunshine will help us push through that. That's the thought that I was having that I completely lost.
And then we're waiting on something to attach Adkai. We need
Yeah, well,
something.
that's the thing we're building.
Right, gotcha. These are complicated games. It's hard for me to hold on to everything.
You're a complicated game. You're playing a complicated game with my heart.
I am a complicated game, but I have deluxe components.
Truer words never spoken, sweetie. All right, our Empire project is ready. Let us shine the sunshine eternal upon our capital city. Look at those yields. Yeah. It is going to help
Those
with
are
growth
crazy.
quite a bit.
Those are crazy bananas.
Yeah, probably. So Cannonair is that spot. Okay. I'm headed up there. Hopefully we're not going to get murdered or something. The next thing I'm doing is heading over here somewhere to establish a city, because this region has a valuable resource. Orikal, which is next to it, has a valuable resource. Genimos has a valuable resource. This will be like a city on the outside of our stuff. It'll be real good once the next tidefall happens. Probably. Playing a little bit speculatively, but you kind of have to, right?
Yeah.
You cannot do aught else. Unless you can see the future. Boy, that citizen center is going to take forever to finish building. Oh no! There's a cliff! Oh, it turns out to be such a long way around. Okay, well. I thought we were right there.
I know we mentioned this before, but the way in which the Tidefall keeps you doing the part of the game you like, where you're searching out for new territory and figuring out where to, like, that's real good.
Agreed. So, yeah, this is still level 1. So if we build something on this foundation, if the villages count as a district, then it will level this up. So let's go ahead and make that a lab. And still we work toward the unmourned dead. I haven't forgotten. I'm also just building as much science stuff as I can as quickly as I can. All right. Every turn we're, shaving more and more off of the buyout cost here, but it is taking a while. Oh no, quest canceled. Okay, well that's fine. We're still gonna get our unmourned dead, hopefully. All right, so these guys built a bridge without really having a good idea of where we'll want to place the city. I'm gonna just throw it down right where I'm standing.
All right.
At the very least, we have these 3 tiles.
Yeah.
Seek the mineral riches this strange landscape offers to Hoax. We must be ready for their return.
Look at that excellent bird.
The bird's very bat-like. That's pretty good.
It's true. That is very good. All right, so this we want to just evolve into a city. Is 7 my current? What is my current city cap? I wish I was a little clearer. I do want to make this a proper city. Okay, be the first to have 3 cities. Gain +1 city cap. So no, that value does not represent our city cap. Our city cap's got to be depicted around here somewhere.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is right now. Anyway, focus on food, please, at first. And let's get some basic improvements built. First of all, obviously a blast furnace is good for everybody. We gotta get more food type bonuses. Alright, this is what I was worried about. There are bandits and stuff up here, and we obviously can't fight them with our scout. Our proper army is coming, but it's gonna be a minute. Okay. The sun is long gone for the day when a small winged mechanical thing settles itself on the wall of your inner sanctum. It fidgets and clicks, and you are not too surprised when a familiar spirit materializes from its projected light. It has been many days since you last set eyes on the apparition, but its blazing presence and strange tongue is still seared in your mind as if it was yesterday. You remember Piro Kasana's words, too, that this spirit was once a representative of the ancient powerful race that ruled Sayadha long ago. And it's the Cerberus. Hey Cerberus, how you doing? I do think that we will share what we know of Sayadha. We're all trying to be friends here. So wait, does this? Yeah, this region does have a tower already. Yeah, we have a lot of like separate mountain ranges, but only a pretty small number of regions that actually have ridges in them. It's just each one of them has several ridges. Which is a real shame.
Yeah, that would definitely alter the viability of your position, you know, if you had more. There's a way in which the random generation of the terrain
Yeah.
you know, affects the game. I wonder how much. I wonder how random it is. I wonder how much they go into making sure that things are somewhat, minimally viable for a player's position.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly some effort put into that stuff. I don't have a great idea of exactly how much, but let's get one more melee unit. I want to build a lot of archers, obviously, but we need to make sure that we have the ability to keep enemies off of our existing archers. Maybe I'm overcommitting to melee, but it's fine. Yeah, most of these games have some kind of logic for the starting positions to be reasonably balanced and have at least, you know, a certain minimum level of power.
Mm-hmm.
But what that means, obviously, is a lot. It changes. It's pretty variable from game to game. Okay, we need way more food improvements. Irrigation channels, the wood ash pit. It's kind of fine. Plus food if adjacent to rivers and lakes. That's also all fine. Do we want to go back and grab something? I mean, we kind of don't. We have all the food stuff that's back. It's just, you know, it turns out to make food, mostly you need farmland. It's pretty important stuff.
Yeah.
If only I could have predicted that from any kind of historical precedent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at all this Hyperium. Maybe we should settle up here in Gliriav while we're running units up here for other reasons. Might be a good idea. It might be a great idea. All right, we're headed towards that curiosity there. Making some decent headway across the flat ground over here. All right, we have another army ready to rock. Don't know what exactly I'm going to do with them, but we got them. It just feels like we need to have them ready near the front in case. I'm not saying that I definitely think the aspects are up to something, but it will hurt us a lot less if they turn out to be up to something now.
Right.
This is a pretty good amount of science. Yeah, I guess you guys are just going to kind of hang out near the front. And then obviously, when the monsoon starts, we'll be running all over the place gathering. For some reason... Oh, right, because we have a vision treaty or something with somebody. Okay, this is what the world looks like right now. I haven't really been zoomed out that far.
Okay, yeah.
So you can see purple is starting to take more stuff up this way.
Green has a weird situation, it looks like, as well.
Yeah, I guess like with the relatively high expense of expansion and everything, maybe it's going to be more common in this game to see broken apart territories. Stuff where you don't have one contiguous landmass. That's right. We finished building this thing, so you are attaching to Surabon, becoming properly part of the Empire. So I think I do want to settle in... Eluru doesn't really have anything terribly special itself. Yeah, maybe like Leodor up here, so that we can get the resources from there, plus Wadaga, plus Gliriav. Just like farm around here. Alright, well let me grab my faction quest thing before we head up there.
Yeah.
We can put away this army that slaughtered our scout, or threatened to. That was probably more damage than we would have taken if I had manualed it. Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
okay. You're saving the manual for the big battle, but you owe me this episode.
Yeah, the big important battle that'll come up soon, sure. Any minute now. Don't make a sad face. It could happen. It's not literally impossible. I think you guys might actually just kind of be where you need to be for the moment. All right, let's go get in trouble. They'll give us a decent auto-resolve on that. I'll take that. And this is our target tile.
Okay.
Now that you guys grabbed the curiosity that's over here, you're kind of back to not having anything super pressing to do, but I kind of want to keep you in this area. Because this is the direction I want to do my quickest exploration in. We're 1 to 20 turns from a monsoon. Really, it could be any moment, so...
Yeah.
Kind of just have to hold on. All right, buying out a blast furnace is always good. And let's start building districts, I guess. We don't have the ability to build proper bridges. I never researched permanent bridges. But if we don't get permanent bridges, it's going to be a real pain to get in and out of this city, potentially. Well, I guess it depends on what this territory looks like.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's talk about over here instead. We're doing okay on most of our incomes. It's probably okay for this to be just something that that this city directly benefits from. Like, you know, a farm or two. Well, we probably want the farm to be adjacent to the river, though. Okay. So yeah, I'm making a lot of bets basically on where I think the decent land is going to develop based on the resource deposits that we can see poking out of the sea. Hopefully that turns out to be a sensible betting strategy. Okay. What? Yes? What? Dust? The simplicity of your needs almost makes me jealous. Regardless, yes, we now understand this phenomena. It was an ancient processing facility used to harvest dust from the seas and the air. We can, if we are careful, filter a bit for ourselves. Yes! Ah! Dust! Thank you, bye-bye. Wait, you won't bury your dead or, like, mourn them? What, you crazy? We have dust. They don't need it. That's all. Well, all right.
That was just as charming this time as it was the first time we did that quest. And your delivery was perfect.
Thank you. Yarosite is also back. Let me examine your oldest, deepest cellars to see strata of rocks. Okay, I will let you do that. Feel free. And he gave us some fancy rocks that he knows about. Imagine my astonishment to hear you called for me, great Curator Meng. Such a thrilling day. Well, it's understandable to be bitter about losing the relic, Dean Jello. That object is magnificent. The wonders they create in their infinite wisdom. Yes, well, I hardly expect you to appreciate it. Our thoughtful, bloodless leader. Never in too much of a hurry, not even when their return hangs in the balance. Still, you recovered the gift from Cardinaire fair and square. I won't fight you for it, if that's what you're worried about. Caution cone. Uh-oh, maybe we're not supposed to be seeing. You know, somehow the notion hadn't occurred to me, no. I wanted to ask whether you'd learned anything about the relic in your work. What is it for? You must be kidding, Meng. It is a weapon to be worshipped. It is an instrument of purification. We will burn and pray, and they will come back to us. I see. You know, Dean Jallo, it seems to me that the sages, with their love of truth, would want us to study this relic, to better comprehend them. Well, I can't wait to hear what your clergy counselor will have to say about that. Remember, faith comes first, O bright and powerful Meng. Though the Taoks are in ecstasy at the discovery of the sage's artifact, Curator Meng has been reluctant to display it for veneration. He seems instead determined to analyze the object. Yet more troubles threaten the Taoks' harmony. On one side, demands to cleanse Sayata grow steadily louder. On the other, a small but stalwart group of heretics can no longer be ignored. The called are out of control. How dare they claim the sages will never come to Sayata again? This cannot be allowed. Greetings, Dean Urampar, and praise be to them. Nice words will not fix this, Curator. The called are blasphemers. Meng must not let lies be preached. Stop them. Burn them in sacrifice. Okay, I believe that between the two of us, I'm the one who's supposed to give orders. Collect yourself, Keba. You... Of course. Please, excuse me, illustrious Curator. Glory to the sages, glory to their return, glory to Meng. We'll consider it forgotten. Now go. I have to continue examining the relic. With all due respect, distinguished Curator, some might say that Meng appears more concerned with his studies than leading the Taoks to their grace. If you mean Dean Jallo and the hardliners in the Assembly, that's nothing to worry about. They wouldn't risk moving against me while I hold the relic. But not just Jallo. Ecclesiarch Kasana and the moderates, even the chancellors. We all wish for a chance to worship the gift. Why does the curator hide it from us? It's true that I have preferred to spend my time with the relic, far from the counsel of others. There is sense in your observation, Uranpar. Let the relic be used by our warriors. Then every Tahuk may admire their power. So equip the Hood of Inscriptions on a hero. I mean, it's an alright hood. It's not a bad relic at all. You want it? +3 resilience over +1 resilience, +1 might. Yeah. It also gives the brutal immobilizing strike, which is pretty bananas. Wait, no, that's the shackles. This gives divine intuition. I gotta hold down the button. Can reuse active skills that are already employed. Yo, that's actually pretty good. We did finally pick up some weapons that are very slightly better. This is a weird kind of hero, the glowy thing in the hand hero.
Yeah.
So this gives Call of the Deep. A larva joins battle. It usually gives a skill that lets me call a larva. Versus this one, which has Second Wind, the ability to restore health to units. I mean, that's a lot of health, actually. And then, yeah, we still don't have any, like, real armor. Well, this is better than that, at least. All right, and also a skill point. Yeah, when in battle, add crit to everybody is certainly not bad. When using this active skill on a friendly or enemy unit, they become indestructible and immobile. That feels like...
What does indestructible mean?
I mean, it means indestructible. Quite moving to see the relic in action, wasn't it? I am always amazed by their brilliance, and I'm grateful to you, Dean Jallo, for helping locate it. I almost never thought you'd get your act together, Meng. You started so strong, reading the sky's omens, standing up to that ponderous numbskull Xana, dusting off the holy oculum. Now we have to win 2 battles to unlock the Dean as a ranged hero. We can absolutely do that. On behalf of the king, I'll ask you to nicely explain why you're here. We Honoroi don't much like visitors, meddlers, interlopers, or any of you Skybrain types from above ground. Alright, we know this. We know your deal. You want titanium? It just so happens that I actually have a huge amount of titanium, and I am willing to give it to you. Okay. Unlocks notable Glavius and pacifies the villages. I mean, we just did this. Yeah, and they're pacified. Okay.
Cool.
We're still getting some weird stuff with the quest text now and then. Okay, there is... So actually, we're gonna wrap the world if we go much west here. Wouldn't want to settle out there anyway. Okay, this research station is a decent improvement, but it's probably better to just keep building districts here. And indeed, this laboratory did become level 2, so minor faction districts do count as districts in this game. That's really nice, because they didn't in the previous one. Alright, let's buy ourselves a foundation and put something juicy in it. These things are both already adjacent to communal habitations, but they do get science for each communal habitation nearby. That's good. The thing is, we do need some food. And we'll get to level all this stuff up fairly quickly. Probably turn off the resource display. So we might have to wait for the monsoon to get this army into 2 more fights. Got ourselves a new tech. Because there's that. I don't know if it's reasonable to alert me every time somebody who I have explicitly given open borders to steps into my territory.
Yeah.
Feels a little unnecessary. It feels also a little unnecessary to call them an enemy army. You know, we're friendly. We get along.
Yeah.
I was about to do something. Trying to wind back here in my head. What was... Oh, right, the protectorate. We opened up an extra protectorate slot, and then I never actually put anything in it. I guess we don't really have a lot to put in it, because all of our pacified villages are Aucklings. Right. Well, we do need to just expand more in general, so I'm working on it. Sunzan has a Hyperion deposit, and it does have these friendly villages. You know, maybe we settle over here as well. Our scout can get on that. No, there was a curiosity hiding there. I mean, there's no great tiles down here. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell what's going to be good and what isn't. But maybe we'll be able to expand reasonably from this. It is just kind of guesswork. All right, you throw down a camp over there. And my plan was to settle all the way up here. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. So we got some level 2 districts now. This one has 3 adjacencies already. If I put something down here, it will also have 3 adjacencies already, and then we just put something down there and it levels both of them up.
Okay.
The question is, what do we want to put down? What does the city need most? I mean, it's still kind of food, honestly. Yeah, we're population-wise, we're certainly not close to needing another communal habitations just yet. Okay, so we got that placed. I mean, yeah, these tiles are pretty all right. 7 points of resources on each of them. So what you want to do then is probably skitter over here and start grabbing the regions that we intend to expand into. Like put something down in Wodaga. The city has built on its districts. You know, I'm going to put permanent bridges in the research queue. It shouldn't take too long. It's probably worth having. So, Amabel, what's up? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I feel like I'm not pulling my weight because I don't have any questions to ask or observations. So I'm just kind of watching you play and listening to you talk through your process. This is an issue, I think. Issue maybe is a strong word. It's just these games are very incremental.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot less for me to talk about or highlight that we haven't talked about before. So it does mean that there are some episodes where I maybe... Am I a good student? Please reassure me.
Yeah, you've run low on studenting to do, right? I know,
Yeah,
it's a matter of basically just sitting here and watching me do a Let's Play.
Which I don't mind doing, and because I really do enjoy this game and the systems in it. It's just because of the pace of these kind of things, I feel like I have less to contribute.
No further from these stars. But think long ago, before the waters rose, they roamed these lands.
All right.
They want to give us a little cinematic every time we settle a new different type of revealed biome. Because they're not all the same.
Presentationally, that stuff is great.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. All right, I think I'm going to have you guys run down to do this thing while the scout runs up to plant some kind of ownership vessel over here.
And I think the incremental nature of the games does allow for, I don't know, but people treat emergent narrative as like a buzzword, but like there are things that unfold that I wouldn't be able to predict that like you would with a more guided experience.
Yeah.
So like the butterfly effects of things.
For both of us.
This is a great deal of friendship they are feeling. Your empire is weak beside the power of their empire. They have 22,000 points, while we only have 16,000 points. So maybe we do want to unlock that deeper collaboration. Seems like they might be ahead of us, actually. But yeah, in any case, it's good that they're really feeling
and how
the
do we
partnership.
unlock that? Is that a technology?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
All right, build me a little bridge. You guys come over here. Gonna spend a lot of influence in real short order here, and hopefully not end up pricing myself out. I'm a little worried about what it's gonna do to the general approval level,
Yeah.
It's a problem we had in the past. Okay, so we're grabbing all that land that we want to be that city now. It's going to take a while before we're really ready for that. Let's go ahead and build a citizen center in Sinra, not because we need the extra attachment so desperately, but because we are trying to stay ahead on approval problems. And I'm debating whether I want to evolve this into a city now or wait until the monsoon. I think I'm going to do it now. I want to have time. I want to get it set up,
Yeah.
So we're going to get it a blast furnace for basic construction purposes. We're going to go early citizen center because I want it to be able to grab all of its territory right after the water withdraws. Okay, we have the ability to build permanent bridges, also dams. Listen, Talakambru, you might be out there. exploring the wilds, heading into the depths, dicing with death. But I reckon... Yeah? You reckon what? What was I saying again? I don't know. Okay, they've gotten drunk together. I reckon I might actually be the stronger of the two of us. We need a test of strength. So, I can cheat, which causes me to gain adamantium plate for some reason. Could you stay visible? It's uncommon quality armor. It's fine. We can gain a slight bit of industry yield on the capital for some reason. I'm not sure why this is the outcome of these events. But I agree. Test of strength.
Okay. All right.
You're on. So what's the challenge? I don't know. How about who can lift the chest of armor over there? I'll go first. Oh, yeah. Careful. Oh boy, you really nailed it. My turn, I guess. Hut, hi! And we have a winner. Let all know Iron Vasca is stronger than Talak Embaru. This calls for drinks. Oh, and I'll get you a chair. Okay, it's like a cute little scene that has a mechanical reward attached to it that doesn't seem to need to be attached to it. Very strange stuff. Okay, so this is all friendly territory now.
Now, if they had given you that scene with those choices, but the choices did not have any mechanical benefit, would you still find it as charming? Would you be annoyed by it?
It's an interesting question.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, you.
Because there's a degree to which there's some very light narrative RPG-ish elements in this game, and I'm wondering how much they can lean in that direction, you know.
I probably want to take it easy on adding too many more districts for the moment. But most of our other building options are really not that interesting. I guess it could be military units. How are we doing on population slots? Okay, still for the moment, we're still pretty good. So we need three more attacks before we move up to the next era. More protectorate slot stuff is probably not super interesting. Here, like I said, the deeper collaboration treaty seems like it might actually be pretty beneficial for us. Our enemy is doing better at the game than I was hoping. Honestly, you know what? I think I'm going to have our scout just hang out over here.
All right.
And heal up. This will be a good place to explore for new curiosities and whatnot when the tide rolls out.
Should be soon.
Well, 1 to 9 turns for the next monsoon. The tide falls at the end of the monsoon.
Right.
So who knows? Oh, Eternal Sunshine has ended. And so more of our population has become called. So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, really. The called are doing okay work right now. Okay, you're healing up, Everybody's just kind of like waiting. We're all waiting for a thing to happen. I guess if I want Braith to grab this, we should have an army come down here and plant a camp somewhere.
Okay.
And here's your monsoon. New dangers and temporary rewards. We have up to 20 turns of monsoon, and then the fall. And of course, we will have to deal with the wraiths. It's about wraith
Yeah.
time, I believe.
Wraith time is now.
Oh right, that is cliffed, and we can't rebuild the temporary bridge. Okay, well that's inconvenient. We'll grab this instead, and then head over here. You can try to grab that real quick. The council can change. So first of all, we opened up our clergy seat, and then secondly, we got our second council seat. So Iron Vasca is fine. +5 approval per population on destitutes. Battle spoils. We have a lot of people who kind of just don't do that much. +15 science per camp on Empire, +2 vision range on District. Glavius the Falconer seems pretty lively. And then +20% science as long as there's not any ongoing war. Yeah. I love to not have any ongoing war.
Yeah, this has been a lot. You know, when your neighbors aren't the necrophages, things are a lot more chill.
It allows for the possibility, at least, yeah. All right, so I think the monsoon starting, that gives us a nice point to end on, I think. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. And when you come back next time, we will be doing our very best to prepare for the tidefall, which I think is hugely more consequential than the monsoon. We're in a good spot to take advantage of it. The other players aren't really like pushing out at their edges right now, but I am worried that our country is getting kind of large and like weird to defend.
A little bit.
It might help us to capture some of this interior area and build roads from one side to the other. You know,
Right.
We'll see. It's all stuff to think about next time. So come back for that, and we'll see you then.